sorry guys, I was supposed to walk this way. Not sure why I went there, but anyway. Anyway, I got possibly the biggest project in the spaceport ever. So yeah, the title kind of says it all. I'm gonna start off with the firewood shed build now. You guys remember I had a firewood shed here last year, and yeah, it's gone now. I carefully disassembled it, but we desperately actually need one. And the boxes, they're not the best option to keep firewood dry. Sure, they're covered from the top, but the wind will still gonna blow rain, snow to the sides, and then everything is still moist. And it's been a real problem. So instead of the firewood boxes, I'm gonna build a firewood shed. Something like I had last year, but definitely bigger, stronger. Oh, and with the concrete floor, yeah, definitely need that one. Because the last shed had a mud floor, and that was complete garbage. You know, size-wise, it's gonna be about the same. The only difference will be the height. So this time I'm gonna make it about 1 meter higher than it was before. And like I said, yeah, that's probably gonna be the biggest project in the spaceport combined. You know, I'm still planning to kind of finish the entire spaceport at least before winter arrives. That will be my major goal. However, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. There's still a lot to do. I mean, that side is starting to kind of take shape, but it's not quite there yet. And if I finish the firewood shed, then probably next thing is the tractor shed, which needs to be overhauled. But if I do that plus finish that, then my spaceport is pretty much finished. Nothing major left to do in this area. The shed itself will be much like the firewood shed. It's just a simple post and beam building, and I think I'm gonna give it the same finish as well. You know, live edge finish. I think it looks pretty good, especially it works well with a firewood shed where air needs to go through the building, right? Yeah, I think that will work very well there as well. Plus it's gonna match with the sawmill shed. And now, like I already said, it's gonna be a post and beam building, much like the sawmill. And I already have the post material. I already milled those up nicely. But you know, I still don't have the beam material, the stuff that goes that way. And you know, it would be great if it was as thick as possible. I mean, something like that would be perfect. I think that's 6 by 12s. You know, those are that's some serious lumber up there. I do only have one piece remaining, but I definitely need more. And I'm hoping to mill those beams out of these logs. These are some pretty decent logs, actually. I think I'm gonna get very nice beam material from them. So yeah, guys, you're gonna get to see more sawmilling action, at least during this entire build. I'm not sure if it's in this video, probably not, because first things first, I need to do that foundation thing. But you know, right now, let's kind of start this build off. First things first, I need to clear this entire area up, including those logs. I'm gonna put the firewood boxes temporarily here. I mean, later they're all gonna go into the firewood shed anyway. But I got this area open at the moment, and I can use that. And the empty containers, I'm gonna put that stuff here temporarily. Currently, I'm not really sure where I'm gonna put them in the future, but temporarily I can stack them here. Now, it's gonna be a pretty big and long project, but I'm gonna try to work through it as fast and efficiently as possible. Shut up, Bobcat, my lord and savior. You guys wanna buy some firewood? You know, best I can do is 350 and Spans discount. Wait, what now? How did that get in there? Sorry guys, must be an editing glitch. But anyway, next up let's deal with the logs. I need to store them somewhere else until I make the foundation piece. And no, I think I made them too long last year. I'm not really sure how long they are, but the beams are gonna be 6 meters long. The sawmill shed can do a maximum length of 6.7 meters, but I don't think I'm gonna push it that long, and I'm gonna keep it at 6 meters. That will give me some room to play around with the sawmill itself. For example, that piece, I'm pretty sure that's 6 meters at the moment. Seems like a pretty reasonable length. So I'm gonna cut them all up to 6 meters. I think this is like 8 meters at the moment. So definitely I can't even lift it, honestly. I basically just kind of rolled it here because I was unable to lift this guy. Yeah, water tank. Plus, if I cut them shorter, I can also cut crap like that out. That's just garbage. I don't need that. Dude, look at that. Meters. It's kind of crooked though. The pop crap is obstructing the view a bit, but banana. Holy hell, this thing is really heavy. Probably still green inside. Yeah, pretty wet. I guess that's why there's a forest growing on it. Very interesting tree. But anyway, I think I'm gonna put all the logs here. Seems like a pretty good pocket for that. Just need to tidy up the place a bit. Nyt on kopsa niin. Tõstaisinkin sitä sinna peale ju kurat. Yeah, dude, I know. It's gonna be extremely fun to get that crap on the log deck. ühest otsast kõver, teine otsast lõhk. Kurat küll, mitu valiti teha. Dude, that just happened so fast. It was closing on top, so I figured let's cut it from the bottom. Still jammed it up. Such a sniper. Look at that, guys. Now, these logs have been sitting here almost a year, but look at that. It's completely moist in the inside. It looks like they're pretty much still alive, you know. Very interesting tree. Wonder if any other trees act like this. I haven't seen personally, but yeah. About a year now these guys have been sitting here. Still thriving. Look at that. Oh, by the way, sorry about my voice, guys. It's missing. But I'm pretty sure we don't need that at the moment. Got the area nicely cleared up now. I need to just figure out. Okay, so the shed is gonna be about 10 meters wide. It's exactly the same as the old shed was. Yeah, the width and the length of it will be exactly the same as the old shed. It was 10 meters by 7 meters. And yeah, I need to move a bit. I actually need to remove a bit of more of that topsoil from this area. Not a lot. Yeah, about that much. That should be plenty. Actually, Supermom yesterday told me that she would like if I remove a bit more from this bank. Now, I think I also need to haul in gravel here. I'm thinking about 20-30 centimeters. Create a nice little pillow under the concrete pad, because I won't be doing like a foundation per se. I'm gonna follow the exact technique I used at the sawmill shed, where I bored basically just like a concrete floor and built the shed on top of that. So there's no foundation per se, but it's still there, kinda. But guys, currently I'm not sure if I'm even able to use the new tractor properly. Now, I probably don't need a lot of loads from my bit in order to create that pillow, but well, this thing still has that gearbox illness, you know. The gearbox doesn't want to stay in gear. Now, I have not done anything about that at the moment. I just had no time to deal with it. But I'm gonna try. First load, we'll see. If it jumps out like 10 times while driving up here, then I'm gonna switch it out the old Plio. At least that thing... Dude, at least that piece of crap works. Little dirt. Nice to see you again. Lump of clay, man. Dude, I think only one side of the brakes work, because when I'm braking, it's just kind of janking to one side. I think that side's toast. Look at the bright side though. We'll get to see more repair videos. You guys always seem to like one of those, so I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't know, guys. All I watch is the weather channel, and I still don't know squat about if it's gonna rain or not. You know, maybe the reason I watch weather channel is not because of the weather. Maybe it's something else. Such fine lemons. supermom. What's up, boss? Ma küsisin, mis toimub, boss?
Ma ei tea.
Mis korraldusi sa mulle annad?
Ma tahtsin vaadata, et mida siit annab veel teha. Oota, kui sul on 2 koormat mulda, järsku teeb siit kuidagi. Paneb siia laugiemalt või?
Ma mõtlesin ise ka, no.
Aha.
No umbes 2 sealt tuleb, ma arvan.
Ma kunagi tahan kujundada nii, et võib-olla isegi selle männi me võtame ära, aga kui ta jääb väga ilusti...
Selle või? Ai, tolle või?
Selle ja võib-olla tolle ja tolle võtab ära ja istutab kuskile sinna poole, teeb sellise suure ilusa sissetuleku.
Jossiga või?
Ei, praegu täna ei võta, sügise poole istutan.
Mis sa siia istutad?
Lilli.
Lilli või?
Jah.
Oi, plää.
Seal on nii ilus muld sulle, et las kasvavad.
Flowers. More flowers.
No siia saad sa valada ilusti ju.
Betooni või?
Ei, mitte betooni.
Ma võin toda ka valada.
Aga et siis saab pärast sinna poole kuidagi.
No aga ma jään Jossi käima ja mis seal ikka?
Ei, kuule.
Miks?
Sa pidid ju mulda tooma siia.
Mulda jah, õigus jah.
Ja mitte Jossi.
Okay guys, a bit of change in plans. The soil that I'm gonna get from this, I'm gonna put there to flatten out the ground a bit. I think I'm thinking maybe I could just use the bobcat for this, so I don't need to. No, with the bobcat I can already place the dirt down and also kind of smooth it out. Just gonna open up the soil a bit. Yeah, guys, this seems like a never-ending corner, right? I think I've worked on it like 3 or 4 times now. First there were these bushes here, then I removed those. Then I leveled the area. Then I re-leveled the area. And now I added more material. It's like a never-ending little corner here. But you know, I think it's a lot better now because the slope was clearly too harsh for a lawnmower. Plus I think maybe a bit more topsoil at the very end over there. It's like a little. So we'll probably get to visit this area many more times. But anyway, next up I need to figure out high what high what the f. But I need to figure out how high the floor is gonna be. Then I know how much fuel I will need. Give me a moment. I'm gonna figure this out. Okay guys, so I had a bit of change in plans. It's very minor though, nothing to be concerned about. I decided to make the pad a bit bigger. Well, the building will be the same size, but the concrete pad under it. Before I was thinking I'm gonna just leave like a small gap between the tractor shed and the firewood shed. But now I'm thinking I'm probably better off bridging that gap with concrete as well. Because in the future when I'm renovating the tractor shed, I wanted to do that concrete situation on this side as well. Plus I figured maybe on the front end as well. Then I can link the two pads together a bit better, right? I wouldn't have that stupid gap of nothingness. But you know, the posts which are hammered in at the moment, and the top of them is the fill amount. The amount of fuel I need roughly. Basically I need to bury them all, but I'm thinking maybe this is a bit too much. And I took the height from there, which is ground, and just kind of went that way. And yeah, that's kind of deep there on that side. So this is my baseline on this corner. But there, dude, that's a lot of fuel. What do we have here? 74 centimeters of fuel, man, that's a lot. It's even gonna be higher than the topsoil layer. Maybe this is better content than me yapping away. I'm gonna go have a pizza, okay? Be right back. I spy with my little eye. Wasn't that fun, guys? Much better than this nonsense. But anyway, I think I'm gonna take them down. The amount of fuel I would need here is just insane. Well, not the worst, but yeah, I'm gonna take it down. I think like 15 centimeters should do the trick, right? Okay guys, so that's about the fuel I need at the moment. Maybe if it's too low I can always bring in more later. But right now I'm gonna go with this. Should be fine. Now we just have to figure out if the new blue is up for the task. Or will it crap out in the middle of the road somewhere. Tractor is actually pretty good. I think it's a perfect size for me. I don't need anything bigger. And in the future I'm thinking I'm definitely gonna get like a bigger dump bed. Because guys, this thing can really pull a pretty decent trailer. I mean that little dirt I have back there at the moment, that's basically nothing. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm gonna dump off the broken Soviet chair. May he rest in peace. You know, the worst thing that can really happen is when it's jumping out of gear while I'm going up the steep hill. Then I have to rely really heavily on the brakes. Really? Did that just happen? Dude, how many years I've used this thing? And now this happened. Look at that. Holy hell. Dude, I've used this trailer for, I don't know, many years now. It always held. Maybe because of that length now. put a lot more stress on it. Wow. Well, you know what that means. We get to see some welding action. Yeah, I need to fix that because I need the trailer. Oh man. You know, looks like the hydraulic lines are still intact. Maybe I can dump the load and drive home. Nope. I think it's going great. That seems safe. But I think we can do this. You know, I had this inner voice telling me, you know, while I was up there, grab a chain, will you? This thing will not survive. But then there was this other dude, my other other inner self telling me, bro, chain is so heavy. You already have the strap there. Why even bother? It will work. Trust me, bro. It's technology. Basically, the other guy can go and screw himself because that did not obviously work. And you know, I'm gonna go get a chain now. Don't ever listen to your inner self, guys. You guys are complete morons. But yeah, I'm gonna go draw on my welding panties. We'll definitely need those to figure out this mess. Okay. What's the situation? And I think it's pretty obvious. Well, look at this crap. We only got like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. This thing was holding on with 7 spot welds for all those years. Wow. Now, in my defense, I just kind of suck. We do have a lot more weld here, but once that broke, this area here, it doesn't really matter much. We did have something there as well, but that also broke. Once that broke, everything else, it just didn't matter. However, I think this is a pretty easy fix. I just need to get rid of that. That's pointless. Clean up some of the area there. Clean that up. Weld the piece back, and then add some proper reinforcements. And actually, I was planning to maybe make the bed a bit longer, so this box would extend out a bit further. However, I'm really glad I did not do this. And actually that breaking was a very good option. If I made the box upgrade and then it broke, that would have been a bit more annoying situation. No, I mean, right now it's a lot easier to fix it properly. But let's just kind of fix this thing quickly up. Oh jumal, ta on kuskil seal või? Kuhu ma keetanud üldse olin siis? Mis asja? Kuidas seda kinni üldse hoidis siis? Täiesti ajuvaba. Yeah, I'm a bit confused at the moment. I was pretty sure that piece was welded there, but apparently not. Apparently it was only welded to that angle iron. And I have no idea what was welded down there, probably nothing. So it wasn't held down by 7 tack welds, actually 2.5. What? I'm so confused right now. What? You know, I've been thinking maybe I should weld it down there, but then I will change things, and usually when I do that, then everything goes to hell. So I'm thinking maybe I should not change things, just gonna weld it back where it was before, and properly secure the thing up nicely. Very odd design choice though. Luckily I have that very good defense, which I mentioned before. Well, okay. Dude, where is my voice? Keeps getting worse every day. But I think that's about it. It's basically the same as it was before, only maybe a bit more spot welds somewhere. Although obviously we have to beef it up if I'm planning to do that box upgrade in the future. Most definitely. Seat segment. To me, I don't have the right size box tube. Perhaps we can use something else. Ooh. Oh. Yoo-hoo. Banana. Dude, look at that. Perfect length. I knew I was saving this piece for something. Just never imagined it's gonna be the trailer. raise your hand if you hate welding upside down. I think that's the worst. It's just so annoying. I think it's pretty okay now, but I'm not quite done yet. Still want to add a bit more. You know, I think this area is a weak point. That beam. Maybe it's gonna bend. It hasn't bent so far, but maybe in the future it will decide to bend. Add a little piece down there. Be longer. No, don't go. This is your new home. What holes, man? I don't see any holes. It's all paint. Hopefully this little upgrade did the trick. I think it's quite a bit stronger now. The I-beam will hold that piece down nicely. It will not let it go down unless that weld broke. But it's welded on all sides, so I don't think that's gonna go anywhere. Plus the I-beam definitely will not go down. That's a fact. And you know, that little piece down there will probably also help to secure this whole area, because before it was only holding on that piece. And I kind of remembered, actually I did had a little piece of angle iron down there, but I guess that kind of just broke off, and the little third welds on the upper side were unable to hold it, and that's why it broke. And this side broke because that side broke first, so the forces, when this thing was bending, the forces were just insanely high, and the bolt was just unable to hold. But I think it should work now. Well, the fact is that it's definitely stronger than it was before, and I've already done, I don't know, at least couple of 1,000 tons of material. And yeah, if it held until this point, then that thing is definitely gonna hold. Dude, looks pretty sexy. Look at that. Now the lonely I-beam at the bottom has a buddy. Such a love story. Round 2. Fight. Okay, so the thing jumped out of gear right at the top of the mountain. That, like I said, that's the worst case scenario right there, because then I have no forward momentum, plus the heavy trailer is pulling the tractor back down the mountain, and I have to rely on the brakes. And as it seems, only one side tends to brake. So not a great solution. I mean, not a great situation. That I do have one idea though, which may be the issue. Yeah, I've been kind of misleading you. The issue is not in the gear jumping out. It's actually the speed of the gears. So, namely that thing over there. What you do first in this gearbox is you first select the speed and then select the gear. So select speed first and then pick whatever gear you want. It's also color coded, so number 1 gears will only work with the darker color. And it's actually the speed which jumps out. So if it jumps out, all I have to do is put it in neutral, take it out of gear, put it in neutral, then select the speed again and put it back in gear, and then it will move forward. So it's not the gear jumping out, it's actually the speed selector. And as I understand, there is like no neutral position for that. It's either 1 or 2. There is no neutral option in the middle. It just kind of goes one way or the other way. So why is it jumping to some mysterious neutral position? Kind of weird. And so far it has only happened with the lower speed gears. But I kind of noticed something with the gear selector, which may be the problem. I'm not really sure. Check it out. So when I'm selecting gears which are that way, you see the gear lever stops before hitting the wall, right? Now this is always the case. In any gear I go that way. So that's the reverse gear, 3rd gear, no contact with the wall. 5th gear, still no contact with the wall. But if I choose the lower speeds, look at that. I'm just hitting the wall. Maybe the lever is just not going deep enough, you know. Maybe it's kind of leaving the speed selector in a very awkward position. Maybe I just need to, I mean, if I push the faster speeds in, then I can feel like a click as it goes in. But this, I just hit the wall before I hear that click sound. Maybe it needs to go a bit more, you know, to ensure that the gear or selector stays in. I think that may be the issue. Kind of seems plausible at this point. Oh man, this just keeps going. Still gets in the way. Wow. What the? What the man? Where does this collector end? Dude, it just keeps going. When will this selector end? Man, at the karma line? What the hell? Ikka läheb vastu 5 senti. Nüüd ta läheb kuhugi sinna vastu. Putsi, mida putsi noh. Such professionalism. Look at that. It's a body upgrade. I think it doesn't matter if I go any further, because I can hear that click now. Like something's clicking in. I don't know. It's let's go to try to do another load. Gonna skip to the mountain part. What's up, man? pilvel õhku jäänud. Honestly guys, I think that was the issue. I've done 3 loads now. It's been working fine. I don't know. I think that was the issue. And maybe the Polish cab version did not like anticipate that much movement for the gear, or maybe there's something worn and it's not supposed to go down so much. Not really sure, but I want to go a bit further, you know, because I'm still hitting the wall, although it's working at the moment. I want to go a bit further, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna make that work, because it's like a solid wall there. I'm not gonna drill a hole through the wall. But honestly, if it's been working so far, maybe I shouldn't do anything else. Only go further if it starts malfunctioning again, maybe. I don't know. You know, that tank seems to be holding up as well. And hopefully don't have to revisit this in the future. I think this is gonna work out great. Yeah, look at that. Before it stopped here, but it hasn't done that click yet. Check it out. Okay, kinda hard to try again. Did you hear that? There was a click there. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's fixed now. Considering that stopped there before. Yeah, there's a little click at about this point, but the lever never even reached that far. It stopped around here. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna leave it at the moment. I'm not gonna investigate this issue further. I think it's fixed. If that's the case, then do it. That's the fastest gearbox repair I've ever done, and it was my first one. But I think I need a bit more now. I'm guessing about 8 more loads. I'm gonna swap that guy out with a couple of smaller ones. And this guy is just gonna jumping around when I'm going over rocks and bumps and stuff. It's constantly hitting the window. I'm afraid that it's gonna break it. A couple of these. Maybe I can fit 2 of them here. 2 is better than 1, right? Yeah, I would say so. Even one of the holes match. Back to work, man. Stop slacking. mean. It's not good. I'm gonna need to bring that area down a bit further. It's too high right now. I can't basically bore anything there. You might meet them later, who knows? There's like potatoes coming out of the ground, look at that. How can you not pick them up? They're even better than potatoes. And I think this is gonna be a bit of a problematic, guys. I would say the height is pretty good. I mean the depth, especially on this side. This is a bit more. This side is completely normal. Back here as well. That bank though, it's gonna dwarf over the concrete. I mean the concrete will be here and the dirt wall will be like 2 times bigger next to it. That means I need to remove this entire, well, a chunk of topsoil from this area as well to bring it down. It can't be over the floor, right? All the rainwater which kind of pour into the building. And in the future I'm planning to kind of rebuild this garden area as well, but I'm not really sure about Supermom's plants and stuff. Maybe those can be replanted temporarily somewhere else. Need to talk about that. Technically I could nicely remove this whole chunk. But this bush probably can't be replanted, so I have to keep that in mind. Maybe this is not gonna be an issue. But actually there's more like 3 issues with this height. I can resolve issue number 1 if I remove that topsoil bank. So that's not really an issue. Issue number 2 though, because the floor will be here, I can't take it up against the wall. There's gonna be like a weird chunk here, and this is not dirt, this is concrete. It's concrete under here. Look at that. It stops here, but it's still higher than the floor is gonna be. So this is gonna be like left out. Maybe I can do like a step here. Not sure. Issue number 3 though, this is gonna be quite low. I mean, look at that. I'm gonna have the floor there, but from there heavy rainwaters can just flow over right there into the firewood shed. So I think I'm gonna take it slightly higher, maybe like 10 centimeters higher would give me that dude, this is too much. What? That's like half a meter. I don't need such a thick floor for the firewood shed. No, thank you. Wait a minute, I have a better idea. Okay, so rather than starting the floor area from there, I'm gonna go back to my original idea and start it from here instead. Then I can ignore that error, and I don't need to worry about this error as well. And as you recall, the first error is not really that big of a deal. I can just remove that later. And then I don't need to make it any higher. I can keep the same height. I think this height is pretty good, and I don't really wanna... Well, this is too much clearly for a firewood shed floor, right? I mean, what is that, like 40 centimeters? Man, I can even park Joseph on this. I don't need it to be this thick. Now in the future I can figure that side out, because that side is gonna be higher anyway, so I can make the step happen from, you know, here instead rather than there. This is gonna avoid a lot of different issues. Yeah, so yeah, let's go back with my original idea. I'm gonna put the posts here instead. Dude, I really like my concrete pad over there. That's the only thing that won't turn into hot chocolate when wet. Nothing hot about it, it's all crap. I'm gonna leave a little access pocket, I guess. I wanna haul in some rocks later on the base, so maybe I can do it with the bobcat rather than by hand. Dude, I'm wet for some reason. What? I got a lake behind my house. Now this is much better actually. Okay. The socks were the only things still dry. I guess not anymore. Oh man. That's a lot of water. Check this out. This is actually pretty cool. We got the lake behind the house, got a stream behind the house, got 2 streams at the hill, plus one more down there. Now if you ask me, I'm blessed. So much water. That's just so cool. Too bad it's not deep enough. I could definitely surf in there. But anyway guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up at the moment. Sorry. I think it's kind of getting long now, plus I still have so much left to do. Now it's just gonna be a long project, I guess. And maybe I would have gotten a bit further if you know, that stupid little red trailer there didn't decide to break in half. But then again, if you ask me, that's a lot more fun. If stuff break and you need to fix them, I think that's a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable to view as a viewer, I guess. You know, compared to hitting sticks in the ground. I mean, who even wants to watch that crap? You know, steel breaking and welding them back is a lot more fun. Every time I watch Andrew videos, I really enjoy the parts where something unexpected happens, like something breaks or the guy needs to work on something else. Like he's working on A, but then something happens with B and he needs to go and work with C. I think those are the best parts of his videos, and I'm basically gonna try to do the same. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up, like I said, and in the next video I'm gonna continue the build. I need to finish the formworks and then I need to find rocks. Because I'm planning to put a layer of rock down on the entire box. And clearly this is not enough. I do have a little bit there as well, but not even close, bro. At the moment, we're looking at maybe 1/5 that I have. Luckily though, I do have a secret pile, which you guys know about. It's there in the forest somewhere, but that's only one load. That's only one load. So that's not gonna cover it. But I also may have a super secret pile. It's like a secret pile, but only better because it's super. Now that pile is quite a bit bigger. It's maybe about four trailer loads, maybe if I'm lucky. But there are some issues with that pile, and basically 2 problems. I'm gonna only tell you one. It's not on my property. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the other one as well. It's not quite close. I have to actually go on the road with the tractor. But I don't have any paperwork. Maybe we can cheat a bit, you know. But anyway guys, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna try to get dry. Been wet the entire day. It's not very pleasant. Especially with some weird action that's going down there. Maybe it's gonna get worse now. Boy, I sure hope so. Man, I really like this new voice of mine. It's so sexy. But bye bye. By the way, guys, it's been about 30 minutes so far, and check out the backyard area. All the water is mostly gone. Look at that. No more lake. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do a French drain behind the building, guys. You know, I've been giving it a lot of thought, and yeah, I don't think I'm gonna benefit from it a lot. I mean, most of the water will just kind of go downhill anyway, and whatever remains will just seep into the ground, because what is that ground? It's basically sand, tiny rocks. Your water will seep into it, no problem. Dude, even at the spaceport, look at that. All the water is gone. Well, apart from a couple of odd puddles, but you know, overall, I think it's pretty good. That thing is doing pretty good as well. And this is actually much better than gravel. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how fast the water actually dissipates behind the building. Now, I always thought I'm gonna need some type of a drain here, but I don't think that's necessary. Should be pretty good.